Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft Amplified server. My voice sounds a little bit different today, I do apologise. It feels very different sitting here recording this video. I went out with some friends last night, we went to a gig, there was lots of catching up and talking, and now my voice, as a consequence of that, sounds really rough, at least to me. Feels very deep and a little bit sore. But this episode, anyway, let's not talk about that for too long. We are going to be finishing the shop over here. I absolutely love this. It looks great and the interiors are going to look amazing. I had some time to go onto my server and finish off the interiors with some friends on there, and I tell you what, it's going to look amazing. It really is. The end of this room is going to be special and I cannot wait to get around to recording it. And as well as that, we might do a few other things this episode as well. I've got a lot of feedback from you with ideas for what to do in this canopy area, little bits of detail that we can do, and we're probably going to go through some of those things one by one and make some changes around here. Oh, and by the way, I also moved the beacon. It used to be down here in the middle. You can see it's gone. And I moved it over the edge here. I found a new place for it, and that's so I could do some preparation in between episodes. Did a little bit of digging back there to kind of get the room ready for building in, and wow, my voice really feels rough today. You can probably hear it now. So yeah, this is the beacon. I moved it over here. When I first placed this down, I actually put it in the wrong place. And if we go around, I can show you where it came up. It kind of came up through the staircase, which obviously wasn't very good. So after building it, I had to move it over again. But it came up right through the edge of this bit right here. So that was a little bit annoying. And it should be right there. Why can't we see the beacon beam? Do you know what? I think it might be because we're in the pre-release of Minecraft. It's fixed in one of the later ones, isn't it? There you go. Look, you've got to look down a bit. And see, yeah, it came very close to our staircase. So anyway, I've got to do a little bit of preparation at the moment. Just got to get some things together. Why did I jump? I know not to jump when we come up here. There we go. Yes, I got to get some things together to do the building. And it's a good idea to mention social media and those other little things I do from time to time, and I haven't done it in ages. So I do have a Twitter account if you want to follow me. It does post all of my videos and you'll get me posting random things. I don't know. I tend to ask for help with mod source on there, so if you're interested in that, then you can follow me. I also have a Facebook if you want to friend me on there. I have a merchandise shop if you're interested in a t-shirt. And I've got a website as well. There's the Xisuma dictionary on there that translates all of the weird ways I pronounce things as well. And also I have a music blog. If you're interested in that, I'll put a link down there. I really enjoy music. In fact, I listen to a lot of it when I play Minecraft in between recording. And I like to write about it as well. So if you're interested in any of those things, it's down there in the description box. But I will stop rambling on about that for now. I will get prepared and be back with you in a moment. So I've got a few things prepared. I've started working on the inside here, and today's episode might be a little bit shorter, My voice is a bit sore. I haven't had as much time to play, and I think we're just going to focus on finishing this room. We'll definitely do that today. In fact, I'm really looking forward to building all of this. I've enjoyed this little bit over here. This is the staircase that I designed. Nothing too fancy at all. Over here, by the way, we have a half slab on this lower side, so what I was thinking we could do is actually remove that block. Whoops, I removed both of them. That's exactly what I was trying to avoid doing because of the instant mine. Do I have any? I don't have any wool. Yes, we can just put a regular wool block down there and you'll probably barely be able to tell the difference. Where did I put this stuff? I put it somewhere. Yeah, we're using the chests in the shop to do all of this. So we can plop this down here, and I just wanted to talk to you quickly about what the shop is going to sell. I've decided that I'm going to sell a few different things. And, oh yeah, I started work on the ceiling as well. The ceiling's actually going to be a little bit plain, a little bit simple, just some half slabs sloping up to the middle. However, we'll add things to them later to make some detail. The next thing I'm going to be building is the balcony up here, by the way, which isn't going to be too interesting. The balcony that isn't the highlight of the shop, let's say, but the stuff we'll do later on will be. However, I was thinking about the different things that we could sell. So I made a little list. We've got name tags, potions, lapis, diamond ore, glowstone, obsidian, quartz, enchanting books, slime blocks, wither skulls, and golden carrots. And so that was a big list of things that I thought might be quite valuable to sell and buy as well. I think I'd like to do some buying this time around, because what I did last season is if there's ever anything I needed, I tend to go and build a farm for it, whereas I think this time it might be more fun to trade with the other hermits a little bit as well. So this is going to be a buy and sell shop. I'll probably have an area where we put some things that I'm looking for and leave some diamonds in the chest. Wither skulls would be one that I'm not too interested in farming this season, at least at this point, but we're going to sell a few different things as well. So we're going to sell lapis. That's going to be useful for enchanting. We're going to have an area over there for lapis. We will be selling some enchanted books, and we're going to sell golden carrots as well. And I think I'll leave the other things, you know, up to other hermits, because if I try and sell all this stuff, then, you know, it leaves less for other people to do. So I think it's fair that we do things like that. So anyway, enough about that. We're going to build the balcony next. It's going to be quite big. It's going to cover a lot of this room. And then we can probably work on the ceiling. Although the best bit is going to be at the back of this room. I don't know. I need to stop talking and start building. Oh, I do this so much. But yes, I'll get to it and be back with you in a moment. And the first part of our balcony is in place. It is looking a little bit plain, I've got to say. But the main feature of the room is going to be at this back area. You'll see. But I really like these support beams. I like the way the spruce wood goes over the top, and that little button there just adds a nice bit of detail. But that is just the first part of the balcony. There's going to be a second bit on these support beams, which is going to be higher, so there's going to be a little staircase. But as I said, this bit is a little bit plain. And we're going to work on this wall over here next. This is actually going to look very, very nice when we do what I've made on that side. It looks really cool. So I've got some birch fences here, by the way. And I played around with this a lot. There's really not a lot of flexibility up the top here, but you could either place them on top like that, or you could place them in the gap. Now, if we had a gap, these would be moved back by one block, but I didn't like this gap right here. It didn't line up enough. If you had sort of like a quarter block that could go across and just meet up with the edge of that, that would look really cool, but having them floating over the top didn't look so great. So where we have these fence posts around the outside, we're going to keep them on the platform like so. I think just over here I was going to put one floating like that, because we're going to have some chests in this area right here. And another detail that I forgot about that I just remembered is underneath here I think I had some stairs as well. I think we had stairs, so the back bit was on the inside. Do I have any of those made? I do not. And then that added a trim going all the way around, which just kind of gave it a little bit more shape from down below. But it's not the most interesting of things, you know. I haven't made too many ceilings before that have been that interesting, I guess, and it's something I should perhaps look into, because this plain texture isn't too much to look at. But obviously your eyes are going to be probably more focused on what's on the ground and in the middle of the room. So anyway, next we're going to be doing this bit down the side of the staircase. It's going to look real cool, so I'll get that done and I'll be back with you in a second. Alright, so I've literally just done the side over here. However, it looks really cool. I love this, the way you can rotate the logs. As soon as that came into the game, that was a really cool little feature, and I never really took advantage of that much, so I decided to put it on this wall over here, and I love the contrast of that and the oak wood planks right there. But we're going to add another little touch to this. It's going to make it look really, really cool, and I think we want to put, yeah, we want to put an item frame right there, go across 2 blocks diagonal, 2 blocks diagonal again, and then that kind of matches the gradient between the stairs and this right here. Because if you look at it, you've got it going up, you know, 1 block diagonal at a time, and then here it's 2 blocks diagonal. So yeah, it kind of gets bigger as it goes up, which looks cool. But yes, this item frames are going to have books in. Now this was originally because the upstairs area was going to be where we have all our books inside chests for sale. But the thing is, I built a little enchantment area over in that corner, so I don't know if we're still going to go with it, but I really do like the item frames and the books like there. That looks seriously cool. And yeah, so I've only done a little bit there. Right, I should really crack on now and do a fair bit. So when I'll be back with you, I guess this balcony here will be done, and some other things in the room as well. So every time I come back over here for supplies, I head down this way, and I think that's a clear sign that you need to do something here. Obviously what I want to do is add that drop down the side here at some point. That's going to make getting down here a lot easier. Just managed to jump exactly at the point of taking full damage, and it launched me up. I'm not sure exactly what he means there. Me and Biffa have been talking to each other in caps today. I'll read that again in a second. Yeah, so, right, what have I done? I've done this wall over here. Actually, I haven't done too much again. I've added this bit in over here, done a little bit of work up the top, and mainly just focused on getting this thing in place. And, oh, would you know it, a pack of creepers have spawned. That's not good. Don't drop down on my head. Yes, I was about to mention that it's pretty dark up there, and there might be some creatures of some sort. Okay, so that's one of them down. Here's the other one. We can take this guy out. Come on. No. Oh, that was close. Oh, it's always fun to fight mobs. There we go. Need to do that more often, really. Do some caving or something like that. So you can see the room is going to intersect with a bit of a cave over here. I didn't really think about where this was too much. It kind of felt like it was far away from anything. So we should stick our head out here and have a little bit of a look. Okay, this is going to be nice and easy to cover up. We're probably going to come out to around here somewhere, so we can easily fill this in, and that's actually quite convenient that it's there. Otherwise, we'd have to do a fair bit of terraforming. Yeah, so I'm sure there was something else I was going to show you. Oh yes, that's right. I brought with me some redstone lamps. We're going to put a couple of those in on the wall. I also need to repair my pick soon as well. And yeah, this looks real nice with some redstone lamps over here. Actually, I never lit the ones in creative mode on my server. I just put them in like that. And actually, I think I'm going to keep them like that. Okay, let's fill in that block behind. I'm not going to power these. They will emit light, which is something we need up the top here. However, you don't always have to do that. I remember adding it and thinking, yeah, this texture looks alright like that. It kind of matches the wood a little bit more because it's slightly darker. And we need to put the other one over there. I've done a fair bit more of the roof. Once we've built the entire roof, what I'm going to do is measure the whole thing and then evenly distance some places to put lights. We've got a little bit of a design to break up the ceiling and to add some light as well. So we will have some proper lighting for this area, but I need to throw down some torches for now, otherwise some creepers are going to drop on my head. So the next thing we're going to do is the enchanting area. I do believe that's the corner over here on this side. It's going to look amazing, it really is. I've got a little bit of farming to do because I don't have a lot of books to make bookshelves. We've only got 10 and we're going to need quite a few, but I will do that, and again, as always, I'll be back with you in a moment. So, I was wandering around looking for an anvil. I don't know why I didn't decide to go to my own place, but I've come to Biffa's. And do you know what? When I first saw this building, I came up here and I was like, whose is this? And I saw the floor, and I knew it would be Biffa, and it was. But anyway, yes, this is our first instant mine pick. I do believe this was made out of one pick, then a book attached to it to make efficiency 5. And look at this, it's already at repair cost 17, and I think that means next time it will cost 33 levels, and then after that we will actually be able to repair it. I don't know if survival has like a cap on the levels it goes up to, but if it's no longer around like 38, I think it was before, then we could technically still repair it because of our ridiculous XP levels. But that is a slightly unfortunate thing. I really do wish that you could have infinite repairs on tools like we did in the last season, you know, when it was 1.7. But there you go, that's 1.8 for you, and that is the instant mine pick, by the way, that I've been using a lot of. And this one has Silk Touch on. I thought I picked up the one that didn't have Silk Touch on. Anyway, it doesn't matter, let's get back to work. So I need a lot of leather for the next bit, the enchanting, and I came over here and started using Tango's farm. This is actually the first time that I decided to use it, and look at that, he logs in as we're talking about him. That's crazy. This thing is actually really awesome. Like, he did a terrific job on this. You know, I've seen a lot of cow farms and the concept just kind of looked the same, but he got, you know, everything right with this thing. If we use the wheat on these cows, you'll see, I like that, they group up because they're following the wheat. Let's just let them separate. Join up again. Just looks so weird, doesn't it? But if you look at the wheat go down, he got it just right. That goes down really fast with these cows, which is cool. Look at that, that's awesome. And then the baby cows, they absolutely fly out of there because there's so many cows pushing them around that they find the gap at the edge, which is really cool. And I think one thing we do have to be careful of is if these cows, you know, like their numbers go up over time, because if one of those baby cows somehow gets caught in the middle, maybe it gets on top of the water and it doesn't fly out, then these numbers could go up. But that's just a typical Minecraft problem. Anyway, those cows are now going up there. I bred some earlier, so there should be lots of adult ones here. I think that's the height of the adult ones. This is a whole block, so their heads are in the half block, and as these babies come down, we can see they are taking damage. I'm not sure what they're taking damage from up there. It might be drowning. They take damage when they come down here, but that could be to soften them up as well, which would be a good thing, because when these adults, you know, you hit them with lava, you have to do it twice to kill them. So, oh, one of those guys just died. That's unfortunate. I wonder if he took damage down here somewhere. There's water everywhere, so they shouldn't have, but I don't know, you know, it might have a couple of flaws. But you can see the babies' heads at the bottom here, so we've got all of these adult cows, and I haven't used this next bit before. I guess that's like kill them manually or kill them with redstone, I'm not sure, cook them, or let's just hit this switch in the middle and see what happens. Ah, there we go, there goes the lava. Okay, that's awesome. Look at all those cows die. That's going to get us a ton of leather. Very nice, although we only see 8 there. That's probably because there is a hopper that's going to bring it in. But yeah, awesome little farm by Tango Tech over here. This thing's actually really useful. I'm going to keep using this and get ourselves all of that leather. Okay, this corner of the room doesn't look so epic yet. I think when the other bits are done and it's finished, it's going to look really awesome. But this is our enchanting table down here. I just put this in for aesthetics, really, to kind of fill in the room. And then over here we've got some chests there for the enchantments to go in. So we'll probably have some signs pointing to what's in each one, and then inside it'll have a price or something like that. And we've used something here that I think is a little bit underrated as a building block. We have note blocks, of course. If we click on these, is that actually making a sound? No, it won't, because it's got a block above and below it. But yes, note blocks. They are really cool looking texture, and I don't think they're used too much. They are a little bit expensive. I mean, you could look at blocks like this. You could look at, say, regular planks and say, you get 4 of those for one of those. These ones will cost 2 logs and 1 piece of redstone, but that's pretty affordable if you put the time into farming them. So we've used some note blocks over there. I actually think that looks really cool, that wall. Loving this wall right here behind the chests. And is it me, or does it look like it's lighter in the middle? That could be a lighting thing, or it could just be because there's dark textures on either side, but it really does look, the middle right here is lighter, and it can't be a texture thing because the left side of this texture is over there as well. So that's just an interesting thing I picked up on right there. And it's looking good. Over here we've used pistons, by the way. There's lighting behind there. There's lighting down here in the ground. You can see we've got some glass and carpets above it. So that's how we're keeping the room nice and illuminated. But that is our little enchanting area. I love the little walk down into this area as well. And the red carpet here looks really cool. It's not carpet, by the way. It's actually wool. But we're kind of emulating carpet. So anyway, now we're going to do the next corner over on this side. This is going to be where we're selling our lapis. We're going to have some lapis ore and blocks, and then like a chest to interact with. So I'll build that and I'll be back with you in a moment. Well, things are really coming together now. It's just that wall at the end that needs doing. I've added in the lapis bit on this side. It looks really cool. You want to build something to kind of represent what's going to be there for sale at least. And with enchanting books, you can make a little enchanting table set up, but with lapis it's not so obvious. And this right here is pretty awesome. We've got some of the ore blocks. That's why I like using Silk Touch to pick up the ores. You can use these aesthetically as well as just for getting yourself some lapis. And then we've got some actual lapis blocks on the ground here, as well as some carpet as well. So there's a nice bit of depth. Well, a little bit of depth over there. And then we've got the pistons on the wall again. So now it is time for me to build the big thing that's going to go at the back here. It's going to look absolutely awesome. Trust me, it is really going to look really good. And then once that's in place, there's just a few more details to be done in this place, and then it's finished with. It's done. However, I've realised that I am really running out of time to make this video, and I'm not going to be able to actually open the shop straight away because I've got to sort out my inventory. I've got chests over here that are filling up with loads of random items, as you can see, and I need to prepare all the items for sale, and that just takes a lot of time. So that's something we'll do another day, but I will now do this bit at the back. You are going to love it. You know what, we are going to build this together here on camera. I do not do that enough at all, and it gives me a little bit of an opportunity to talk about my server, I guess, because this was actually made by one of the guys on my server. I think his name is Craftian, and he's got loads of numbers and letters in his name, so it kind of makes it hard to remember what the actual letters are, but he made this, did a fantastic job of turning this into pixel art. So I'll leave you guessing for now. I know that's a little bit cruel, but as I build this, you'll probably be able to figure out what it is that I'm making, and there's a really big hint on the screen as well. It will become really obvious in a second, don't you worry. So the deal with my server is that we are working on bringing it back up. There's going to be a plot world. There is no date. I will not talk about a date that it might potentially come out or anything like that. Just know that we're working on it. We don't want to set any dates because I don't want to get anyone disappointed. We're just letting things unfold naturally. It's being worked on. Some things are online, some things aren't, and I have a plot world which is basically just a vanilla server at the moment, which we've been playing on together. And I need some polished andesite here, and I'm already distracting myself. I thought, hey, I've got a little bit of a topic to talk about, and this is exactly why I struggle to do these two things together. So a little bit more clay here. It's probably becoming really obvious what it is, so let's put down a few more blocks and then I'll step back and show you. I don't think we're going to need a shovel. Yep, so clay there, a gold here, and then we need another clay, 1 piece of red sand. You can see I've got all the materials prepared here, and then some black stained clay. That's going to go either side of this block. Then we're going to have one in the middle, And then we need 3 of these, so one there, one there. Also, I could fill in this gap right here, that would be good. And look at this, we're going to need that shovel. Let's just take that back. Yeah, so the whole plot world server thing is coming back. There's just no date, no like estimated time of arrival. I don't want to get anyone's hopes up or anything like that. We're just going to take our time with it, make sure that this time round we have a solid plot world with, you know, all of the things we've learnt that don't work in the past being corrected, and then we'll be able to have a really great time on there. And I'm really looking forward to it, because as I've said a few times, one of my favourite things was preparing for Hermitcraft episodes, doing some creative building there on the server with other people, because when you build with other people around you, it's just so much easier to get inspiration and to work together, to collaborate and come up with really cool ideas, and I'm really looking forward to that. And I've done something wrong here, haven't I? I'm just looking at my other screen trying to figure out where I've gone wrong. I've just put that block right there in the wrong place. I thought I put it on top of the sand. Okay, so it should become obvious what it is now. I might as well tell you. It is a carrot. The main thing that we're going to be selling here in this shop is golden carrots. I've been using them for a while now, and I think that they're awesome. They do seem to run out a little bit quicker, but it kind of just feels, I don't know, it feels pretty much the same as eating beef, which is probably the other best food source in the game. And just because they're golden and they're golden carrots and they're so like unusual to see, for that reason I think here on Hermitcraft we should all have that kind of luxury. And I'm looking for, where did they go? Did I drop them? Did I have something in my inventory? Oh, there they are. It's like I'm blind. I was looking for those and just couldn't see them for a second there. Okay, so this thing's almost done. Yes, it's a golden carrot. We just need to put down a few more blocks at the top here. That's it, 1 more of those, then 2 more of those on that side, and then if we hop down the bottom, we just need something right here. Can we place it? Nope, there we go. And there it is, it's a golden carrot. Let's get rid of these blocks though. It will look a little bit better once we get the polished andesite around it as well. Let's just place down a few more of these. And we've still got a few more details to do here, show. We're going to add in some bushes, some shrubbery if you like. Put some leaf blocks. You can see I've got those prepared right there. And once we put those in, this thing is going to look even better still. So let me just, I'll tell you what, I'll fill in the rest of that and then we'll step back and have a proper look at it. Okay, I put the glowstone at the top. That's going to provide it with some light. Let's take a step back and look. Yep, that is absolutely awesome. However, without the leaves, I've got to say it's not quite as impressive. So I'm going to put some leaf blocks up the top, some on the side, and then that's going to be the finishing touches to this room, really. Also, I'm going to put the lighting in on the ceiling. That will take me a moment. We're going to have a few glowstone blocks on either side, so all of this area up here can be lit up without these torches. And again, a big thanks to Craftion. I do believe I'm saying that incorrectly. I've got to be. But that is really awesome. I love the pixel art stuff. I've tried to do this myself before, you know. Grab a golden carrot, you know, look at it, put it in an item frame and try and recreate it block by block. And it never quite works for me. But there you go. It's looking real cool. And then somewhere down the bottom here we'll probably have a chest or something like that. And then that way people will be able to come in here and buy some golden carrots. And that really does make a world of difference, does it? Those bushes, as Corrales would say, they really do help out. Just brings an organic kind of natural feel to things and breaks up all the evenness, I guess you could say. And by the way, you may or may not have noticed this, but look at the height of the piston on that side of the room. Follow over to the other and notice that it's lower. That's because this room is bigger on this side over here. Where we've done all of this kind of stuff, it's been moved further away, I guess, from the centre than the other side has. And I think that's good. We talked about how the lack of symmetry on the outside was actually a good feature, and I think it's the same on the inside as well, really. This thing isn't exactly centred. It doesn't really need to look like it should be, and that just works, which is awesome. So anyway, let's go up the top and have a look at the lighting up here as well. This is ever so simple. Just made some strips of spruce going across like this, a little bit of shape from the stairs and slabs, and that just goes all the way down. And now that it's repeated like that, it does look a little bit interesting, but I do like this. It's really cool. We might still need 1 or 2 more torches around here, or maybe we'll have to put some light sources elsewhere, but there you go. It looks really cool, and it just so happens to fit perfectly in this room. You've got 4 blocks, then 1 of these, then 4 in between each one, and then from here to the edge of the room it's 4 as well. And there's also a couple of bits of glowstone in the leaves. I think I already showed that, but there you go. That's pretty much everything in here done now. I don't think there's too much more to do other than to put down some chests up the top and arrange things. And yeah, I've actually just remembered one more thing we need to do. We actually need to head up and have a look at that from the other side. Possibly do a little bit of landscaping. I've got some dirt on me. I'll grab some more of that because it's going to be visible from the other side. So let's head around there and patch that up quickly. It does look a little bit funky from this side over here. I'll have that half slab as well. But I think it's going to be quite easy to cover up. Let's just cover up the base bit right here first of all. Cover up those torches, and then we can kind of see what we need to do. So if we left it like square like that, it would look a fair bit odd. So we'll just drag this back over here, kind of bring a curve into it, and then it's going to be pretty easy to cover up. A few more blocks down here. I'm going to fill in all of those gaps in the middle. That's just the way that we're going to do this. Are you following me? Are you just floating for the fun of it? I think he's just floating around for the fun of it. How is he actually doing that? He's climbed up a wall. Perhaps he's gone up this cobblestone. And maybe he's still clinging on to the block. Yes, that would be it. And I'm getting attacked. And I'm inside a block. Something weird's going on. And I've got an achievement. Yes, first kill on the server apparently. Obviously not. Don't know what's going on there. Anyway, let me get this patched up and then we'll wrap things up. So I don't think it looks too obvious. At the moment it's dirt, so when that grows over to grass, I don't think it's really going to stand out in the slightest, which is pretty awesome. So from this point on, I've got to do some more preparation and stuff. Can we get through here? And by the way, that beacon that I set up, that is actually just right the other side. And you can see it right here of some of the building that we did. So this is really like snug nicely into this little gap right here. And we'll probably move this again because we want to put the drop thing somewhere around here, which is something we'll be doing in an episode soon. I've got so many things that I want to do, just not enough time, and today I didn't have too much time to record this episode, but I've had a lot of fun building the rest of this room. Just let's do that again. This is lovely. Let's take a step back. Oh, we got some creepers up there. Let's walk in. Hopefully they don't drop down. No, I don't think he's going to. And the view in here is just absolutely lovely. This is going to be a great little shop here on the server, and it'll take me a while to get it up and running. I'll do all of that in between episodes because, you know, as I said, there's all signs to be placed. I've got to move things around, tidy up my mess because my inventory is a mess and there's chests full of items. But that is going to be it for this episode of Hermitcraft. So, as always, if you have enjoyed it, please do leave a like. It will always be appreciated, and I will catch you in the next episode. Bye-bye.